The mustachioed, jumpy, soon to be voiced by Chris Pratt plumber known as Mario has had his fair share of sporting adventures, with the Switch being home to a fantastic golf game, an Olympic run against the best blue hedgehog there is, as well as an earlier release which was Mario Tennis Aces. A long-running series since the N64, coming soon to Switch Online, this game pits Mario and friends in fun tennis matches with excellent power shots, great environments, and most importantly and relevant to this, motion controls. If I'm thankful for one thing today, it's that I get to use this stupid tennis racket for something. Yeah, why not? It's a fun accessory. So we're going to look at the motion controls, we're going to see how they fare, and we're going to see if this is qualifying as a good workout. So what do I qualify as a good workout from a video game? That is actually a great question. What I would say is it needs relative intensity, needs more than one type of movement in order to do the game. It needs some sort of aerobic, anaerobic or flexibility benefit, getting your heart rate up and stuff like that. I would qualify them as the markers of a decent workout video game. So yeah, let's have a look, and if there's a particular game you want me to try and cover with motion controls and see if I can make a workout out of it, let me know in the comments, okay? So setting up the motion controls is interesting in Aces, especially in comparison to Mario Golf Super Rush. While in that game you could use motion control for everything, that's not the case here. There is a specific mode called Swing Mode that you can use to play motion controls with Aces, accessed from the main menu. This is actually pretty interesting to keep it separate from the rest of the game, but it makes sense owing to how Mario Tennis Aces works. The power bar, various trick shots and special moves actually function akin to a fighting game, with predictions, combos and stamina management, and since the various backspin, topspin and other shots are activated through different button presses, they don't translate quite as well to motion controls. Since they're required for story mode and for ranked matches, keeping them separate using swing mode is actually fantastic because it allows them to not compromise on the main core of the game whilst also having a motion control section. It keeps star shots, body shots and most of the other trick shots, but it removes the power bar and a fair few other functions for simplicity's sake. It gives you the options of local and single play with tournaments and different rule sets available depending on your taste or fancy. It only requires one Joy-Con per play and up to 4 players can play at a time. On the main menu there is also a how to play section with details on how each of the shots work and how motion controls function in general. This is great, although I don't recall being taken through it all on my first time in swing mode, but that might just be me forgetting. Certain actions produce different types of shot, often being horizontal or cross body and aimed at a certain side. Slices require horizontal swing from right to left with the Joy-Con staying horizontal, serves require a flick up and then a swing at the right time and things like that. Your character moves on their own, or you can use the stick in order to control them manually. I found it wasn't particularly useful, but then again at higher levels of play it probably is, so you can kind of outmaneuver your opponents and stuff like that. You can use the B button to cancel out of charge shots as well, but that's pretty much all there is for buttons. So that's how you access the motion controls and how they're intended to work, but do they actually function as intended? I'm going to put it in the mostly camp. You see, the motion controls have a similar issue to other games. The precision parts can be really finicky and register in different places or times. This is partially due to timing, as the timing factors very heavily in Mario Tennis Aces and, tennis in general. If you're early or late to a shot, you don't hit it as hard and you can give the opponent opportunity to deal a star shot to you, which is hard to defend against. If you mess up the timing, the Joy-Con detects part of a motion rather than the entire motion and delivers an according shot. When you're doing lob shots, which is like an underarm motion, so it's like a little scoop, or when you're doing slices, which is horizontal across the body, they actually function fairly well and they detect pretty good, as long as the Joy-Con is in the correct position, of course. Yet sometimes trying to deliver just like a basic shot will not register properly, and it will make too acute an angle and will fire the shot off at the umpire's chair or right out of court, which is really odd considering you're not really moving it that much. Hell, when waiting for a serve, sometimes my character just fires off a couple of swings without me intending on it. I feel the controller vibrate, but I'm not intentionally moving it, and it just keeps firing off, and that is when using the tennis racket or when I'm not, okay? So it's not the fault of the tennis racket, I know that's what you're thinking, this is mainly just for aesthetics. It's not particularly common, but it does mess up the flow of a match. This seems to be based on the tilt of the Joy-Con, and even that seems unreliable. If you gently flick the Joy-Con when performing one of these more basic shots, it results in greater accuracy. After a lot of testing, the motion controls seem to work more reliably with small motions and good timing, but you still need to put the Joy-Con through enough of a range of motion in order to get it to detect a movement, so timing definitely becomes the most important factor here. So the mode isn't unplayable or anything like that, obviously they wouldn't put it out in that state, and it's really fun, it is really fun to play motion tennis, but I think it just suffers with similar issues to a lot of motion games on the Switch, which is that Blunt movements, blunt small movements work pretty well, but when you need precision, it's just not detecting properly. That blunt motion, like a small flick or swing, will work really well, but if you need that precise angle or precise motion across the body, sometimes it just doesn't pick it up properly in the swing of a match. In the swing of it. So with all that in mind, knowing how the motion controls function pretty well a lot of the time, how does it function as a workout? As far as the workout goes, tennis itself is a great sport. This is a great blend of aerobic endurance for longer rallies and high bursts of anaerobic intensity when dashing across the court to catch the ball, as well as explosive movements from the shoulders and arms to smash the ball around. In fact, certain studies have shown that tennis can help with improving anaerobic threshold and VO2 max, basically meaning you can use oxygen more effectively during exercise, meaning better energy production. Obviously, these amazing benefits apply on the real court, but they don't quite translate as well to Mario Tennis. It can definitely provide some varied action though. The running element is kind of eliminated, although I have to say I did end up moving around a fair bit during my play sessions for this. The swings use a variety of muscles, pectoralis major, deltoids, trapezius and biceps and triceps were some of the particular standouts here, used in multiple directions and often the frontal and sagittal planes of movement as well. If you did want to make a workout out of Mario Tennis Aces swing mode, it is possible, but you're going to be quite dominant on one side of the body, but with some optimal footwork and some varied shots and swings and stuff like that, you're definitely going to be able to raise your heart rate a little bit, especially over a longer period of time, which could give you some mild aerobic benefits. It's not going to compare to real tennis as far as intensity goes, and you may miss a few shots, you may have to forgo some accuracy, but if you want it, there is a pleasantly mild aerobic exercise activity here that can be great for active recovery days. It can raise your heart rate and it can possibly get you sweating over time, so it's definitely on the workout-ometer, just to say mild one, and it's definitely a lot more of a workout than Mario Golf, I've got to say. So that's the video really. The swing mode of Mario Tennis Aces is an interesting beast with some accuracy and motion detection issues, but it creates a fun and interesting active gameplay session that could really give you some good aerobic benefits, especially for some sort of fun recovery activity. This is great fun, and while it's not going to compare in intensity or variation like true fitness titles like Ring Fit Adventure or Knockout Home Fitness, it's definitely got the capability to raise your heart rate, increase your blood flow, and if you play long enough, get you a little bit out of puff. And it's really cool with friends as well. This is a really cool co-op title, and the swing mode brings back those memories of, Wii Sports Tennis. So definitely worth a little go if you're looking for something reminiscent of that. So what do you think? Have you got Mario Tennis Aces? How do you normally play it? And what do you reckon? Let me know in the comments as always, and like, share, subscribe for more fitness gaming content incoming. Let me know if there are any other games you want me to try and cover. I have got ARMS planned as well, and the Mario Sonic Olympic one, but they'll be down the line. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I've been Master Trainer Peter, and I'll see you soon.